This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? Come on in, make yourself at home. You know the routine. This week's takes me to Target. Not the one I went to before, actually another one, a newer one. Actually found something. Also go to one of my favorite pawn shops, pick up a lot of cool stuff there, some nice Blu-rays, have my 3D pick for the week, plus a nice classic pick. It's a Shout Factory Collector's double Blu-ray joint. So check that out in a little bit. But before I get into what I purchased, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these strange individuals. I actually watch them, and on a weekly basis, just like to share some of the things I've watched, either physical media, live streaming, or sometimes actually in the theaters. I'm going to kick it off with an older movie. It's one of those 8 movies to die for. Wicked Little Things, a 2006 drama horror directed by J.S. Cardone, starring Laurie Herring, Scott Taylor Compton, a young Chloe Moretz. I'm actually watching the show from Prime Peripheral that she stars in, and Jeffrey Lewis. This takes place around a small family, just lost the father, wife just lost her husband, and they're moving to a house that he would actually own in this old Pennsylvania town, old mining town. And things start getting weird when they get there. Just like, okay, it's nighttime, get your ass inside. And the story begins from there. Very cool movie. Those 8 movies to die for. Usually pretty decent, low budget horror movies. Not gonna scare your pants off though, but nice thriller, nice storyline, nice suspense. Get the opportunity, find it at a pawn shop, get on eBay, Amazon. Wicked Little Things. My next pick is a 2020 comedy, horror, drama, thriller, crime movie, Spree. I actually picked this up at Dollar Tree. This is directed by Eugene Kotlyarenko. Sounds like a Russian name. Starring Joe Keery, Shashir Zamata, David Arquette, and Kyle Mooney. The main character, Joe Keery, you might know him from Stranger Things. He is a wannabe social media influencer. In reality, he is a Spree driver. Spree is equivalent to Lyft or Uber. And to up his count, he decides to deck out his Spree car with all these cameras and kind of goes on this driving spree and gives a blow-by-blow what goes on. Very dark comedy, very interesting. A little sad in certain parts, because you see this guy's thirst for acceptance. And what's really cool, the bonus features actually gives more detail to the story. So the bonus features actually play right well into the story. So get the opportunity to find this at Dollar Tree. I think they still have them on Blu-ray. 2020 Spree. My next movie is something I actually watched streaming. This is Operation Fortune. I believe that's Ruse de Guerre. 2023 spy action comedy, directed and written by Guy Ritchie, starring Jason Statham, the transporter, Aubrey Plaza, Josh Hartnett, haven't seen this dude in a while, Hugh Grant. The plot around this, a Ukrainian mob steals this device known as the Handle, and the employer of Jason Statham hires him and his team to get it back. And Jason Statham is like this really very particular, very high needs type of I guess spy, for lack of a better word. Though very good action. Guy Ritchie film. Guy Ritchie films usually pretty high action, good comedy. Get the opportunity, watch it streaming, or when it comes out on physical media. Operation Fortune. My last movie, also watched streaming. Excellent movie. 2022's historical action film, Sisu, directed by Jalmari Helander, written and directed by Jalmari Helander, starring Jorma Tamila, Oscar Henny, Jack Doolan, and Mimosa Walamo. This takes place around the 1944 Lapland War. This is where the German Nazis forces retaliated against the Finnish people. It takes place around this gold prospector. He actually hits it big with the gold, and he's trying to basically cash in, and he has the misfortune of running into some Nazis, and that's where the story begins. This is probably one of the best action, different type of movies I've seen probably this year. It kind of gives you a little bit of a Quentin Tarantino film feel to it, though, but I think it was produced by the John Wick people, though, so it's constant action. So get the opportunity. I think you really dig Sisu. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink, have a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. And we're going to enjoy our Friday dinner at Aussie's and watch some movies. Target. I'm hoping they might have a little bit better selection than the last one I went to, so let's give it a shot. We are back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have what I picked up at Target. I actually found something. I actually did my weekly trip to Cash America. Got something from the pawn shop. I have my weekly classic pick for the week as well as my 3D pick. So let me get these scanned in and we'll jump right into it. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm just gonna start out what I picked up at Target. I actually found something. I was on the borderline of getting this. I looked at it, was $5. I looked it up on eBay. I think it's eBay with the slipcover. I wanted $10. Same thing on Amazon. So I was like, let me go ahead and pick this up. I've heard so much about this. Haven't watched it yet. Got my Wesley Snipes here. Got my blade here. Nice little cut. This is Willem Dafoe, who I think is an incredible actor. I think he's a greatly underrated actor. And Robert Pattinson. I think I gave him a hard time because of the Twilight movies, you know, but he's not a bad actor. I didn't particularly care for him in Batman, but I don't think that was necessarily him. It was just, I like Christian Bale as Batman. But this is the Lighthouse horror picture, all in black and white. Does this win awards? Acclaimed director of The Witch. The Witch, that was kind of a slow movie. It was different. But this is a Lionsgate release. The Lighthouse. Okay, let's do what I picked up at Cash America. Start out with Save the Last Dance 2. I have the first one. I've never seen this. The sequel. I think this is one of those straight to DVD releases, Paramount release, MTV. Save the Last Dance 2. Next, I don't know if I've seen this or not. It looks familiar. It didn't come up on my CLZ Movies app, but I think I've seen this before. Mandy Moore, Macaulay Culkin. Those are the only two that really, she looks familiar. But Saved. And this is a MGM release. Saved. I've seen this before, I've seen the cover before, never actually seen the movie. Whoopi Goldberg and Lethal Weapon's Danny Glover, Good Fences. I wonder if this is somewhat related to the Denzel movie, Washington Fences, Good Fences, if it's related. I have no idea, I've never seen this though. This is a DEJ production. Good Fences, it's an old Hollywood movie release. The Hollywood movie is one of the old rental places here in Florida. This one, I had the disc but didn't have the artwork. Alyssa Milano, Ice-T, Body Count. It's an action, kind of gangster movie. It's an Artesian release. Body Count. Let's see how many of these do I have. I have Belly, Caught Up, I have Foolish, I have Ghost Dog. Good movie. They actually have a Criterion collection of Ghost Dog. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. Hot Boys, I have that. The Breaks, I don't have that. I have Fat Beach. I have Out of Sync. I think I might have that on a multi-disc. I don't have Never Too Big. I have to keep a lookout for that. That Pretty Boy Shamar. Shamar. Body Count. Pretty motherfucker. Next we have Dirty Laundry. Jennifer Lewis, Loretta Devine, that's Jennifer Lewis. Rockman Dunbar, I've seen him in a few movies. Dirty Laundry. And this is a 20th Century Fox release. It's like a family comedy, Dirty Laundry. Next, another one I had the disc to but did not have the artwork. You have Faison Love, David Allen Greer. What is old boy's name? He's actually the star. I know everybody except his name. What is his name? Brian Hooks. Brian Hooks. He had a lot of straight-to-DVD movies in the, I think it was like 90s. And he just kind of fell off. You just stopped hearing from him for some reason. He never really made it big. He's always a B or C actor. But has some entertaining movies. 3 Strikes. This is the MGM release. Next, another movie I have, but didn't have the artwork. No, I had a bootleg copy. Somehow those bootleg copies got into my collection, but I'm getting rid of them one by one. My man, and say it with me now, if you've been in my channel for a while, you know how I feel about Samuel motherfucker Jackson. The name just rolls off the tongue. Say it with me one more time. Samuel motherfucking Jackson. We have Eva Mendes, Ed Harris, Guzman. He was also in the newest variation of the Addams Family, Wednesday. He plays Gomez Addams, which I think was a great casting choice. He and Michael Douglas's wife as his wife. But this is a drama movie. Cleaner. Morticia. Cleaner. Sony release. Next, we have, I got it because of Chow Yun-fat. I'm not familiar with Aaron Kwok or Tong Leung. A tense, engaging thriller, but I like Chow Yun-fat, and I've never heard of Cold War II, so somehow I have to find that one. This is a Well Go USA release. They usually have pretty decent releases. Cold War II. This is a Well Go USA. Yes, Well Go USA release. Cold War II. Next, we have the classic Robin Hood. I think the only, well, I can't say that. I'm missing a couple other classic ones like Sword in the Stone and the Black Cauldron. But I have most of the animated classics, either on DVD or Blu-ray. Robin Hood. Cheetah Girls. Very nice slipcover, raised print on the slipcover. Of course, this is Disney. You do some Blu-rays now. Most of these are kiddie Blu-rays. Never seen this. Emma Thomas, Nanny McPhee Returns. I don't know if the Nanny McPhee one. But this is a, who released this? Universal release. I should know all the Universal Blu-rays look exactly like that. Next we have Horton Hears a Who. Jim Carrey, Steve Carey. Steve Carell, excuse me. Jim Carrey and Steve Carell. Steve Carell from The Office and Jim Carrey from In Living Color. Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who. Horton Hears a Who. And this is a 20th Century Fox release. I grew up on Dr. Seuss, the non-racist Dr. Seuss. Racist stuff. The non-racist stuff of Dr. Seuss, not the other bullshit. Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is a rental exclusive. George Clooney, Meryl Streep, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson. I'm not familiar with Jason Schwartzman. It's a Wes Anderson film. I believe Wes Anderson, that was at the Bill Murray movies and stuff like that. Tannenbaums. I think that might be the same Wes Anderson. I'm not 100% positive. The Fantastic Mr. Fox, 20th Century Fox release. Next we have the B movie, Jerry Seinfeld and Renee Zellweger. This is a DreamWorks release. Let's see if the code still works. B Work the movie. B the movie. Next, I didn't realize I thought I had all the Spy Kid movies. I know I had Spy Kids, 3D, Game Over, then the Lava Girl and Volcano Boy or something like that. So didn't realize I had to look this up. So glad to add this to the collection. And I believe this has Antonio Banderas in it, I believe. I'm not positive. Steve Buscemi, Alex Vega. Yeah, Antonio Banderas. So I'm not even sure if I've seen this or not. I'm sure my son has, though. Spy Kids 2, The Island of Lost Dreams. Next, these are actually still in the wrapper. Alpha and Omega. With Danny Glover, Christina Ricci, Dennis Hopper, the late Dennis Hopper, Hayden, was it Panettiere? I believe that's the girl from, what's that show? The show Heroes. I believe it's the show from Hero. And Justin Long, Alpha and Omega. This is a Lionsgate release. Alpha and Omega. And Happily Never After. Let me get my Wesley here. Touch it a little bit. So this has Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think that's the Buffy, Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze is from Chico and the Man's Son. Andy Dick. Wow, he's in there? Okay. The dude who can't stay out of trouble. Don't know Wallace Shawn, Patrick, Warburton, George Carlin. Oh, George Carlin, the great George Carlin. Fantastic comedian. And Sigourney Weaver. From the producers of Shrek and Shrek 2, Happily Ever After. This is another Lionsgate release. Oh, nice artwork on the back, too. Got the Gnome Brigade, the Gnome Squad, and all this from the pawn shop. Let me see. Got the Blu-rays, the DVDs, all that from the pawn shop. That was a whopping $20.43. So Blu-rays, what? Charged me $14 for the Blu-rays and basically $5 for the movies, the DVDs. So, and lastly, my 3D pick for the week. Magic Journey to Africa, originally presented in widescreen. And when I first, this is an image release, when I first got it, I was like, okay, it doesn't say 3D, I don't see 3D in here anywhere. Within the disc, it doesn't say 3D anywhere, but it scans in as 3D, and when you put it in, it says 3D, so this is 3D. Magic Journey to Africa. And my classic pick for the week. I was looking for the sequel to the movie, but the sequel was actually cheaper than getting both of these together. So I decided to get the Eddie Murphy, The Nutty Professor Collection 2. Again, it took forever to come out with an American version of the Clumps 2, and it was like 18 to 20 bucks. This, even though they said it was used, it still came in the wrapper, was $15. I got both movies for 15 bucks. I got the Shout collection. And what I didn't know, this one has the Nutty Professor and the Clumps 2. And I guess they have an uncensored version, so be very interested to see what that one has. So, put these back here. This is my Target pickup for the week. Target, pawn shop, eBay, Amazon pickup for the week. Give me a moment. Let me separate the disc from the artwork and the plastic, and we'll wrap this up. Give me just a minute. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C as in Cold War, L as in Limey, Z as in Zombieland 2. Let's wrap this up, wrap it up. I have everything scanned in, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate each and every one of you hanging in there and watching the video. If you made it this far, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up, hit the bell. If you haven't subscribed, what's wrong with you? Subscribe, 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 subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.